Good morning. Are you ready to see Moxie after her broom? She's the happiest dog you've ever seen. Hello, Mopsy. Oh, she's so happy. Our job this morning is to tidy their toy kitchen. Are you ready? Look at the state of that. Told them they get mice in there if they don't put their food away. So I'm going to sit down with them this morning and sort that out. Normally we keep it tidy, but I was in the cupboard last night under the stairs. This one. I was having a good old sort out in there and I had a lovely time. Right, I'll put you up at that angle. Yeah, someone just walked past you. You can't see them. That's good. Thought I'd show you this. Now, my mum knitted Arden one of these cardigans, and it was his favourite cardigan. He had race car buttons on it, and he grew out of it, and he was wearing it like, and his arms couldn't go down, and it was like swinging at his sides, but he just loved it so much. It was his favourite one. And so when Mum said, oh, do you want another one, and she tried to choose like some, I think she got some black and red yarn, which he did say he likes, and he wants her to make something out of him, but he said, I just want my old one again. Just like with the brown coat, he wanted the same. He likes things the same. So Mum's made him another one anyway. Mopsy! See? This one though, instead of race car buttons, he originally wanted race car buttons, but then I found the tractor buttons. And they're just off Amazon. They're novelty buttons, I think. If you type that in, it will come up. There you go. And I don't know what the yarn is, but I know Mum gets that off of Amazon as well. When you live in the sticks, it's easier to just get stuff delivered. How lovely is that? And it's nice and big on him. What are you doing? Playing with a bee. Yeah, so there's Arden's lovely new cardigan. All ready for them cooler days. I've got 3 big parcels. Well, 3 parcels, 1 really big one. This one's going to my friend. I'll explain to you that in a minute. This one's a little order, and then this one is going to my friend. That's the little yarn that I wrapped up into mini skeins. I think I did 3 mini skeins in there, just so she can see what she thinks of the yarn. The children have been very busy this morning. When I woke up, they were down the mines. Yep, down the mines. They built a mine in their bedroom under the duvet of Arden's bed, and it was a mine, and he was pulling rocks and things out. And then we came downstairs, and Arden got very old. He's been walking around with a walking stick, and I don't know what's happened, but now down here is a dungeon. And Winry, you're tied up, aren't you? Yes. What did you get tied up for? A difficult question. Just wanted to be in a dungeon, I think. Yes. Mopsy! Stop that scratching. I think she can feel the air on her body now. So now she's scratching. I've made Chris's breakfast this morning. And we're all excited because he's moving on now to his Elton John Marmite. Little things. It was exactly the same as the other Marmite. It just has Elton John on the label. So yeah, he's gone off to work. He's gone off early this morning. He's got to go pick some bits up. I'm about to do the children's breakfast. They're having this milk roll stuff. It was on Olio a couple of weeks back, and so there wasn't much bread on there. So I requested it, and turns out they love it. I do make my own bread in my bread maker, but the yeast, I bought that Allison's yeast that comes in a pot, and it has the lid on, and that just dies in my house. And I couldn't buy the one I normally buy. I'll show you the one I normally buy. One sec. Let me put this in the toaster. I normally just buy that one. And because it's in individual packets, it doesn't die. But my last one, it was in the little container thing with the tiny lid, and it did die. And I couldn't figure out what I'd done. I thought it was probably the yeast, but I did 2 or 3 loaves that were just horrible messes, that I had to throw away, and it wasted a lot of my bread flour. And so I just started getting some oleo bread because I was a bit cross about it all. I had to calm down from it all, and I had to wait till Chris got paid, but I've got some now. So I will have to make some bread probably this week. It's just harder, that bread, doing Chris's lunch. That's the only downside to that, because it's so lovely and fluffy and it's fine at home, but where he has to take it in the van, it kind of breaks up a bit. Let me put this back and get their toasty thing out. Oh, I had a lovely time in this cupboard last night sorting it out. It's not a real card, it's a pretend card. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this outfit. Mummy's Mighty Dino. Favourite t-shirt, isn't it, Arden? And I think they're becoming your favourite joggers as well. Yep. Yeah. That's it. You can play in there again now. Mummy sorted it. Can you show me where your teapot is? Yeah. You sit there, don't you? And then you have cups of tea with each other. Come in. I haven't been able to play in their cupboard for a while because it got full up, didn't it? Oh, Winry, let's see your outfit. Oh, very cute. I wish I had that dress. She's put a bed in already, look. Put a stool and a bed in.
This is going to be Arden's home.
Arden's home. We're short on cereal. And then Mopsy's short on biscuits. And down here is all the dog food. Chris worked out, because I got it all for free, a lady's doggy couldn't eat it anymore. He had to be on special food. And Chris worked out that I'd saved about 60 something pounds or 80 pounds on all the food, and we didn't have money to give to the lady. She was giving it away for free. No one had bought it, so she was giving it away for free, but I did make her a little owl. I think I spoke about it on here. So one of the things I was sorting out from that cupboard was some toys that I'd put in a bag when I'd had one of those. I am so done with not being able to see the floor afternoons, and the children were arguing about tidying. I just scooped it all up in a bag and put it in the cupboard. And there it stayed. So I sorted that out last night. I just had so much energy last night because, and thank you, I should have said 7.5 minutes ago, thank you for telling me, one, about what a yarn means. I do make that make sense. I didn't know, but I do know that people say, well, spin a tail. I have heard that, but I've never heard it as a yarn before. So I love knowing that. That's a new thing. I've realised that magazine, they play on words like that. Like, I think at the moment the word is, oh, I don't know, I might be wrong, but one of the words was mend, and then one of the things inside was about saying, oh, well, the playlist was about saying sorry. And so instead of like mend as in mending, it was mend as in, and so I think it looks like different aspects of the word. Oh, it's lovely. So yes, thank you for teaching me about that, because now I've got another word in my vocabulary. I like things like that. And also, thank you for all the comments about the thing I was, I don't want to say worrying, but fretting about, because I was fretting. And like it says in the Bible, do not fret. I shouldn't be doing that. So yeah, it was a situation that's gone on the whole of my life. Not with my mum or my dad or anyone like that, or my brothers. It was just, yeah, it was all to do with that first thing where I went to see my granddad. And it was, I think it was coming to terms with, even though it was kind of there on this camera, what was happening, it's still like, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, you know. Yeah, anyway, it was dismissed, the thing that happened. And it's almost like, oh, just, you shouldn't say anything, keep the peace. And it's like, I'm fed up with that now. And I don't want to cause an argument, so I'm just going to walk away. Because if that's okay, that behaviour, then I don't want to be a part of that.
What number are you?
And I always thought, oh, perhaps I did something, perhaps I did this, perhaps I did that. And I think it's realising I needed that, like, thing to happen, that I had no idea about the argument that was going on. I just went to see Grandad, and I needed that to happen, obviously, so that I can see that no matter what happens, it's always going to be the same, you know. And so yeah, I feel like nothing, all of the words now don't stick to me. All the comments about because I'm at home and stuff like that, they don't stick to me now. And I think it also, I love slow living. That's one of my favourite things, and it really helps me to kind of get through each day, just noticing those tiny little moments of joy. And why that riles people, I do not know. But like I say, I think it's a situation where no matter what I do, it's going to offend, you know. Nothing I do, because that last situation, I did nothing. I was just trying to talk to Grandad, and then it was all going on, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to leave. And then, so it's realising that that's it, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And it's only, sadly, because of losing Nanny, that I've had to be around that person, because other than that, I've just avoided it like at all costs. So yeah, I'm just going to step away. That's it. It is what it is. I'm happy at home. You know, it's realising that as well. I am so happy with my little life. I'm so happy getting annoyed at Chris because he's forgotten to, I don't know, what does he do that makes me annoyed? Usually garden work. He forget to do garden work. But yeah, I don't know. He doesn't really annoy me. He's a bit irritating because he likes, I don't know, little things, you know. I can't think of anything. Last night he came down to watch something with me. He ate a bag of pickled onion crisps, and then he left the packet right next to me, and he went back upstairs. We had a lovely time, but then I was a bit annoyed with him because all I could smell was pickled onion crisps, and I had to get up out of my cosy nook and go and put them in the bin. I don't have big problems, you know, because I keep my world very, very, very simple. I have like the big problem with Dad going into hospital and nearly getting, gone. But everyday ones, they're just like things like that. And the children are quite happy, and it was realising that I'm quite alright being away from it all, you know. So yesterday I had that Bible time, and then I just felt so much better. And then this morning when I'd read through all the comments and things, I was like, yeah. They're on the same wavelength with it all. It's not just me. But I'm just going to cut some of these up. Oh no, I've dropped one. These are Mirabelle plums, and then these are just miniature, like dwarf plums. But we went and did some foraging yesterday. I'll show you inside.
Oh, you don't make bread. You have to order something.
So they're almost the size of a damson, these Mirabelle plums. They're growing wild. Just like that inside. Tiny little pip. But you will see our foraging in a not this week's video, but next week's video. So I'm going to cut them up for the children's breakfast this morning. I'm just going to put Elton John next to you, because we've got Mirabelle plums, and I saved the banana for lunch, I think. And bananas I got off of Olio. I've got 2 packs of bananas. And I don't mind having too many, because then you have to make banana bread, don't you? And that's a good problem to have. Yeah, I'm not going to fret on it anymore. I don't not get on with people, you know, so the fact that you can offend someone without trying, not really my problem, isn't it? It'd be different if I was trying to offend people, but I'm not. Just getting on with things. Cool, we had a nice time picking blackberries yesterday. They're so sweet. I'm looking forward to going to our favourite spot to pick some blackberries. This is all I'm doing, in case you wonder why I keep looking down. got to cut the pips out for the children, even though they're very good at cutting the pips out. You do it with your teeth, don't you? But I'd prefer to just do it this morning, and then I don't have to worry. Otherwise I've got to kind of monitor what they're doing, because if they don't pay attention they could swallow it. Let me cut these because it's really sticky. So that's their little breakfast this morning. You see some Mirabelle plums, a yoghurt, and some of that milk roll as toast. Winry was the waitress this morning, so she's just taken them in. Where's my cup? Oh. I use the jam jar, posh jam jar, as a cup. It's my favourite cup. You getting your purse? Yeah, I'm just going to have some biscuits again. I've not been feeling great first thing in the morning, so just having a couple of malted milk biscuits to start me off, and I'll have something better later on. Milk and biscuits will be doing me just fine. But yeah, I think it's realising with situations, like, I don't know, people, sometimes it's made out like I think I'm something I'm not, and I don't know, I think people don't like you, they find anything about you, don't they? I don't want to impress anyone, and I don't want to be impressed. I like what I like, and I like things that make me happy and bring me joy, and I like seeing things that bring other people joy. Like if someone starts talking about something they're excited about, I don't even have to care about what they're talking about. I just love it because they're excited about it, and I just get excited that they're excited, you know? Like when Chris starts telling me about like a game that might be coming out that he's excited about, I don't care about the game, but I care about the fact that he cares about it and he loves it. I don't know, the world's hard enough to get through without making people, I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking about a hard world. My friend, that big parcel that I showed you, that's a blanket for her. It was at my granddad's house, but my granddad doesn't think he made it, so he thinks someone had given it to him, but anyway, he didn't want it, and so he wanted me to get rid of it. And so I said, look, I know exactly who needs that blanket. And he had made one because I couldn't, when my friend had her little boy, I couldn't crochet back then. And he's about Arden's age. That was when I was starting to learn to crochet, when Arden was born. And all that bread needs covering up. The bag split because it's an oleo bread, and it's that paper bag, it doesn't like being in the freezer. But yeah, he had made a blanket, and he usually makes blankets and he doesn't know where they're going. And so that blanket, I said, oh, can I give it to my friend? She just had a little boy. Because I worked with her, I was friends through working at nursery with her. And so I gave her that blanket. So when I found out that she had been blessed with another baby, I was so pleased for her, because there was a lot of things in between where it's a rainbow baby, let's put it that way, and it had happened a lot of times in between of her waiting, and I was so pleased for her. I bumped into her because she don't even live near me anymore. I just happened to bump into her and she told me, and I was all so excited, and it turns out it was a little girl. She thought it might be a little girl, but she was really poorly throughout her pregnancy, like really poorly, and baby came very early, but she's a little fighter. Yeah, you can start, babies. She's an absolute little fighter, this little girl, and she's so, I've not met her obviously, but she's so teeny tiny. So this blanket's going to be like 20 times the size of her, because it's like a big one like this. So I bundled that up, and one of the books that we had, I've bundled that up for the little boy. But I'm hoping that we can meet up. She lives a fair way away from me now, and I don't really like driving away by myself. I don't like getting stuck in situations I can't get back home. So But Chris will drive me if he's off one day. But because he only has one day off when he's working properly.
You said we're having a banana.
No, I said for lunch you'll have a banana, but you were earwigging, you cheeky monkey. Yeah. It's like on a Sunday I don't want to say to him, oh, can you drive me all the way out here? Because he's been at work all week, you know. But anyway, I'm going to go and have my biscuits. I didn't finish. I was going to say, oh, I finished a sock, but that's a lie. You know the pink one I was working on? That beautiful green lambkin yarn sock. Well, I've finished that to the point that I could put it on DPNs. And so I started doing the toe, and then I nearly sat there and just did all the toe, and then I was thinking, oh no, I wanted to cast on that other sock. So I'm using the sparkly Halloweeny coloured yarn now, and I'm starting another sock to go in the little box that I'm putting together. Do you know, like, if I haven't got these horrible things in my ear about what I am doing and what I'm not doing, and I'm so quite content in just cleaning, sorting the cupboard. Like, I love things like that. And I'd been making a point of helping Mopsy, like do other things rather than getting on with what I needed to get on with. And I think I just realised that I can invest that in myself, and there's no guilt now. There's just no guilt whatsoever. Just, it is what it is. No matter what I do, that situation is not going to improve. I'm 34 years old, and it's time to call a line under it and just walk away. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's why if I didn't live where I live, none of it would bother me anyway. Because then people could say what they like and I wouldn't bump into them. You know, I just want a quiet life. I think lots of people just like a quiet life. Just like a cup of tea in the afternoon, or, you know, those little things that you look forward to. That's what I love. I don't want to impress anyone, and I don't want to be impressed. If you're telling me something because you want me to think that you're great, then I'm probably just going to think, oh, don't try and impress me. But if you're excited about something, then it just makes me super excited for you. You know, there's a difference, isn't there, between sharing a joy and boasting. I don't like that. It's like my brothers when they talk to me about stuff. I don't care what they're talking about, but I just like that they like what they're talking about, you know? Anyway, I'm going to eat my 4 biscuits. That's my little breakfast. It's not a very proper breakfast, is it? It is cooler today, and I think when it gets a lot cooler I'll be alright. I think for lunch today it is meant to be leftovers, but we didn't have a roast again yesterday, so we just had bacon because we didn't have it on Saturday because Chris was working. So we had it yesterday, bacon sandwiches, and I had some coleslaw that I got from Olio, which was delicious. It was like a Good Housekeeping brand. I think that's Iceland's that they put that sticker on. But today I think I'm just going to have eggs on toast because I love eggs. And then you all have whatever you have. I'll make sure I feed them. Like they have, like Chris always says, they've got like gourmet meals. And then I just have whatever is knocking around or whatever I fancy.
I've got something to say. One day can we try a mango?
You've had a mango before, my darling. You've just forgotten.
Did you like it?
Not really, no. But that doesn't mean you won't like it again, does it? We'll have to try one.
I'd like to have one again.
Yeah, we'll have to try it again, won't we? Well, why don't we sort it out for next month, and then we can put some money by for buying food to try. Yeah? We could go down and buy food that you want to try. Yeah? Alright, good plan. Oh, one last thing. If you've got children, I don't know if you've seen, but you might be interested. I say children, I don't know what age it goes up to, but Cineworld are doing family tickets. It might be for everybody. It might not just be children related. But Cineworld are doing cinema tickets, family members, for £1. I think there's probably like you have to go at a certain time and you have to watch a certain type of movie or whatever. But I did look into it, and we did consider taking the children because it would have been £4. It starts on the 25th of this month, but cinemas are very loud and overstimulating, and although I think they'd love it, I think it's going to be packed, and then they wouldn't love that, and it would end up with them being upset. And so I spoke to Chris about it, and he said we'll just save some money when he gets paid. We'll save some to buy movies, because I think they get them through on Netflix. There's not a great selection, but there is all the Ghibli movies on there, so that's why we've got it for Winry, because she wanted to drop one of her clubs and watch movies. She is a movie girl, she loves them. And so yeah, anyway, we're just going to order a film that we've not seen before and have our own little movie night indoors, because then you can pause the telly, wee in your own toilet, and no one's like kicking the back of your seat. But if they were bigger, we would go to the cinema. It wouldn't be so overstimulating. So tickets for £1 anyway. Thought I'd tell anyone who doesn't know. And if you like going to cinema and you've got children that love going, then it's worth going, isn't it? But my two, they're happier at home. Right, I'm going to go knit on that sock and eat my biscuits. I hope you have a lovely day, everyone. And I'm going to try and go through and reply to comments now as well, because I had my phone off last night, so I didn't go through any. But yeah, have a lovely day, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.